how to do is multiplying rationals together. Now, right here we have two rationals right next to each other. The first thing we want to do is factor out all the functions, each individual function. So we're going to factor out this one, then this one, then this one, and this one. So let's start from the left. Right here, there's four terms. So if you remember how to graph, we're going to use the grouping method. So we're going to go like this. We're going to take them out. So we're going to have this when we take it out. Now we have to find the greatest common factor, which is x squared. We take it out and we get the thing that's left is x plus 16. Now we have to find the greatest common factor. Find the greatest common factor in this one, which is 16. So we're going to have 16 and then have x plus 16 left over. So now we're going to factor out the x plus 16. So we're going to have x plus 16 on the outside, and then the x squared plus 16 after that. Now we're going to factor out this second solution right here. We're going to take the square root, so then we're going to have x plus 4 and an x minus 4. You add your x plus 16. So we ended up getting three solutions from that four-term function there. So now we're going to put it back. We're going to put it right here because we have to factor all of them out and put them back where they were, and then do the next step. So we go back here and we'll take out the next one, which looks like this. Again, the first thing we're going to do is factor out a greatest common factor, and in this case it's going to be 5. So 5 times x squared plus 50x. Oh, this is supposed to be 5x squared, sorry. Factor out the 5. 5x squared plus 50x. We have to divide it by 5, so it ends up being 10x plus 25. And now what we're going to do is we're going to factor it out just like any three-term function by figuring out numbers that multiply to be this and add up to be this. And right here I can see that x plus 5 and x plus 5 work right here. And drop down the greatest common factor. So now we're going to put that one in. We're going to put it right there. Now let's do the ones on the right. Alright, we're going to take this one out now. Okay, first step. Greatest common factor. Well, this one's already completely simplified. There is no greatest common factor. So we just skip ahead right to the factoring. And this two numbers that multiply to be this one and add up to be this one. And that's going to end up being x plus 5 and x plus 5. So now we're going to put that one in. Now we're into the last one, which is this one. We're going to take that one out now. So now that we have this out, first step again, greatest common factor, which in this case is the 65. And we're just left with x squared plus 1040 divided by 65, which is 16. Put that in there. But now we can factor this out even more. And let's take the square root of both of these things here. Then we get x plus 4 and x minus 4. And then bring down the greatest common factor. And now let's put that one in. Alright, now that we have all of them all the way factored out completely, we just look for some that cancel out, which is like if you take a 1 and divide it by 1, it equals 1, so they just end up canceling out. So if it's like 2 times 3 and 2 times 5, it's the same thing as 3 divided by 5. So we just look for things that cancel out, things that are the same on the top as the bottom. So let's look for, there's an x plus 4, an x plus 4, x minus 4, and x minus 4, x plus 5, and x plus 5, 2x plus 5, and then all that we have left is x plus 16 over 5 times 65. So now we just multiply 5 and 65, and then we end up getting 325. And that's our answer. That's how you multiply a rational with a rational. And that's our completely simplified answer right there. All you have to do is factor out the top and the bottom number, and then figure out what cancels out, and then multiply across, straight across, and you figure out what your answer is. So if there was something else over here, you would multiply it across there, and like there was in this one, you multiplied straight across, and then you ended up getting your answer. Thanks.